First arrivals at the Transat Jacques Vabre. Junior World Champ Leonardo Fioravanti links in. PWA Wave titles in Maui. Coming up next, now here's Mia Ceran from the newsroom. SC Sports, plunge into the action.
Welcome back to the latest NC Sports edition. I'm Mia Ceran, and it's another busy week on the oceans, with many more world-class events now coming to the forefront. Gabar and Bidegori win the Transat Jacques Vabre in the Ultime class. Venetre Aprisnian takes the multi-50s, while PRB conquers the IMOCAs. Class 1 and B1 Powerboating Finals at the Abu Dhabi GP. 2015 Junior Surfing World Champion Leonardo Fioravanti connects with NC Sports from Oahu. Also in Hawaii, Philip Coaster and Ibaye Moreno take home the PWA Wave World title. Plus, so much more. Since last weekend, the leaders of the Transat Jacques Vabre 2015 have been rolling into Itaja after another spectacular race southbound across the Atlantic. Next, in today's top story, NC Sports director Gero Malingri has this report on Massif's victory at the famous Route du Café.
Closing in 12 days, 17 hours, 29 minutes and 27 seconds, François Gabart and Pascal Bidegori crossed the finish line at the Brazilian port of Itaja last Saturday as winners of the Transat Jacques Vabre 2015. The new 100-foot Massif covered the over 5,400 nautical miles from Le Havre at an average speed of 17.68 knots.
First impression is great, because this is the first race for Massif Trimaran. And it's also the first victory. It was prepared at its best, and I already love it. And voila, to share all of it with Pascal, it's very strong. Oh, he loves me too. Yes, we're happy. A quick flash is when we were reaching and we got whacked at Saint Vincent de Gredou. The boat took off at 40 knots. That was a cute little picture.
The Ultima Fleet of 4 was soon cut in half by that violent Atlantic depression in the early phases of the race that decimated the IMOCA 60s. The first victim was leader Prince de Bretagne, capsizing off the Iberian Peninsula, and with both Le Manchois and Jourdain fortunately fished out unscathed by Spanish search and rescue. Soon after, Le Blevec and Le Vaillant also abandoned, seeking refuge in Madeira with serious damage on board their trimaran Actual. The direct Massif Sodebo 2 duel began here on the way south to the doldrums, the tropical convergence zone, with Thomas Coville and Jean-Luc Nelia holding on to a narrow lead, but not for long.
The other image is me being at the computer, when we jibed over our friend Sodebo, around... That was around Cape Verde. Yeah, just before Cape Verde. I think that was the key moment of this race.
François and Pascal played their second trump card in the tricky light winds at the equator, first by taking the east lane and then controlling Thomas and Jean-Luc. Once in the southern trade winds, Massif built up a 215 nautical mile lead that shrank to just 95 upon arrival in Itaja, with Sodebo 2 completing the race just 5 hours later. At just over 600 nautical miles, Leroux and Pedote were still comfortably leading the multi-50s, with Venetre à Prismian on its way to victory. While for the IMOCA 60s, this turned into a two-way race between PRB and Banque Populaire 8 all the way to the finish. The Class 40s, with under 2,000 nautical miles to go, now instead have a clear leader, with Bestaven and Brasseur opening a serious gap with their Les Conservateurs.
In English, it's the doldrums. For the French, it's the poteau noir. But technically, the real name is the Tropical Convergence Zone, a tricky and windless area in the mid-Atlantic, dreaded by all sailors. From on board Face Ocean, now gearing up for the new Vendée Globe, here is senior correspondent Sébastien Destrumeau with the insight.
Welcome to the office. The Intertropical Convergence Zone, or the doldrums, is in fact the meteorological equator. To keep it simple, it is the area where the northeast trade winds of the northern hemisphere meet the southeast trade winds of the southern hemisphere. Near the equator, this area is about 200 nautical miles wide and goes from the tip of Brazil to Africa. It is a very unstable area with thunderstorms alternating with dead flat water. The narrowest point is usually around 30 degrees west. When we are done with this, we will find a strong trade winds to reach the equator. Beware, when crossing the equator, every sailor, virtual or real, must celebrate the guardian of the area, King Neptune. We'll come back to this in our next edition of Nature.
While the smaller Class 40 have been tackling the doldrums, more Jacques Vabre winners have been crossing the finish line in Itaja this week. After an impeccable race at every passage, this was no easy finale for Erwan Leroux and Giancarlo Pedote. A large gash on top of the mainsail considerably slowed down the pace for Fenêtre à Prismien as it was nearing the target, which could have seriously compromised their position, opening a last chance for a comeback for Bouchard and Kraus in second with Siela Village. The Franco-Italian team didn't let up though, and immediately got on the repairs, keeping up the good spirits to the very end. Erwan and Giancarlo crossed the line on Wednesday not just as winners of the multi-50 class, but also capturing a huge third place overall ahead of Vincent Rioux and Sébastien Coll on PRB. Themselves winners of the Mocha 60s ahead of Le Cléache and Tabarly on Banque Populaire 8. Thousands of horsepower speeding at over 90 knots echoed through Abu Dhabi last Friday in the 2015 Powerboating Finals. Local stars Alza Fine and Bin Hendy on board Victory 3 nailed a second place in Race 1 and a first in Race 2. Not enough, however, to catch up with American Championship leaders Gary Barlow and John Tomlinson on Abu Dhabi 6, who finished second to grab their first historic world title. Thanks to the win in Race 1 and fourth in Race 2, Italy's Luca Fendi and Giovanni Carpitella closed the season podium in third with T-Bone Station.
It's the biggest championship of my life. The words don't describe it. I'm just happy for the team. I'm happy for everybody that's involved with the Abu Dhabi race team. And I'd like to thank everyone.
Racing on the inside track together with the Class 1 catamarans, Carle Piu literally dominated in the V1 monohulls, winning both races in the Emirates and secured the world title for Italy with father and son team Antonio and Giuseppe Schiano.
We are very happy for this World Championship because I'm a winner in this category. Today is very hard because Bernico today is fast, but our affordability of engine has a premium in the first position. Yes, we are very happy.
Bernico and Silverline closed the Abu Dhabi GP respectively in second and third, with the Russians also taking second overall in the season ahead of Franco-Maltese team Chaudron, absent here but strong on its Salerno results. In other UIM news, Raffaele Chiulli was reconfirmed for another 4-year term as president of the World's Powerboating Authority. A highly qualified and experienced manager, Cooley also presides over more than 100 sports federations and sits on several IOC committees. A record mini Transat is now also reaching the finish line in Guadeloupe. ISAF Sailor of the Year winners Insania and Kiwis fight for the China Cup. It's all coming up next on the NC Sports Briefs.
The other little big race in the Atlantic, the Mini Transat Ile de Guadeloupe, is currently baffling official timekeepers. This year, the leaders of the Proto Division crossed the Atlantic riding the trade wind at record speeds and are now already closing in on Pointe-à-Pitre, just 11 days at sea. The Cape Verde Passage was also crucial for this regatta, and so far, the most southerly option taken last week by Francis Frédéric Denis has paid off. His Nautipark led for most of the way, but faced the comeback of a handful of sailors to the north. With 2/3 of the race in the books and 800 nautical miles left to go, Italy's Michele Zambelli on Illumia wedged in just 7 behind the leader on Monday. He was ahead of 5 more Frenchmen, Berry, Mechin, Boyosao, and Cosser, all within 40 nautical miles and capable of a win.
Keeping up with tradition, ISAF, the International Sailing Associations Federation, held its annual awards ceremony in Sanya last Tuesday evening to celebrate the top women and men athletes of this past 2015 season. Confirming all forecasts, New Zealand's Peter Burling and Blair Tuke got on stage to receive the Men's Rolex World Sailor of the Year award, topping a host of super candidates like VOR winner Ian Walker, or among others, 5 times match race champ Ian Williams. The Kiwi powerhouse duo was selected for their extraordinary results on the 49er, as well as for their exceptional performance at the America's Cup World Series. Also besting a prestigious and deserving shortlist of nominees, Sarah Ayton's victory as the only woman at the Extreme Sailing Series on the Wave Muscat team earned her the Ladies Rolex World Sailor of the Year award, adding yet another trophy for this double Olympic gold medalist, known as the Golden Girl of British Sailing.
A battle among the top Kiwi helmsmen Adam Minoprio and Chris Steele marked the finals last week of the 9th edition of the China Cup International Regatta on Doya Bay in Shenzhen. Bringing together over 100 crews from a variety of One Design and IRC categories, the event is now an Asian classic, which includes Grand Prix racing around the marks in a 30 nautical mile coastal race to Hong Kong. Racing on the Beneteaus on Steve McConaughey's Wang Hang Longcheer, Minoprio never got off the podium and closed with 5 wins in the 8 races held. The world-class match racer and Volvo Ocean Race veteran proved once again that for a real pro, sailing has no barriers. In spite of a couple wins, his compatriots on Emirates Team New Zealand were not as consistent and had to settle for second place. Timothy Davis on Beijing Sailing Center completed the podium.
When we come back, powerful waves hit Maui for the PWA Wave Final. World champion Leonardo Fioravanti is also on the island training for the pipeline and links up with NC Sports. Andy Van Zyl discovers the flavors of Venice, and we announce the winner of the Nixon Challenge. With the PWA Wave just completed and WSL final events for both men and women coming up, Hawaii is now the heart of the action. So in today's Buzz, we are connecting with the new 17-year-old junior world champ, Leonardo Fioravanti from the North Shore. Hello, Leonardo. First of all, congrats on the world title. How are things in Hawaii?
Hello, Mia. How are you doing? It's pretty cool. Today I surfed all day. The waves are really fun, and I'm on the North Shore of Hawaii, and it's a paradise over here.
So, junior world champion. Tell me about the competition in California.
Yeah, that felt really great, especially after this year that I was injured at the start of the year. And it just took me a while to get back into surfing and competing, especially competing, but it felt great. Waves are really fun in California, and it was a long contest the whole week. I surfed for like 10 heats before making the final, but at the end of the day, at the end of the week, I was really, really happy to come out on top and to take the win. It was great.
How does it feel to be the first Italian in history to win the Junior Worlds? And where do you see the future of surfing going in Italy?
Yeah, I feel very proud to do it for my country. There's never been an Italian surfing world champion. So I'm really happy for my country, and hopefully this brings more surfers from Italy around the world, and a lot of kids start surfing and just start their journey to live this dream.
So is this your first time back in Hawaii since the accident?
It's my first time back in Hawaii since my accident in January, and it feels great to be back. I still love Hawaii. Last year it ended bad, but it's not like I hated it. I still love it, and it's just accidents that happen. And it can happen anywhere or anyone, or just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I'm happy to be back. The waves haven't been big yet. It's been small. It's been fun, but it's been small. But I can't wait to get back out of Pipeline and just go through it all again. But hopefully not fall off.
Most Italian kids dream of becoming a football player. What inspired you instead?
In Italy, when I started surfing, all my friends were playing soccer and whatever. It's the sports I usually do in time. But me and my brother's a bit older than me. Matteo, he's 25 now. He started a little bit before me, and we went to the beach. There's a little surf beach, a little surf club that just kind of, all our friends were surfing at the beach. So that's how we all started, and I'm so happy that I chose surfing instead of whatever other sport. Because now I'm surfing around the world with the best surfers in the world, and the people that I dream surfing with, now I'm competing with them, so it's amazing. It feels great to be able to compete against them now, and I'm not quite on the world tour yet, but hopefully I'll be there in a couple of years and be battling, start surfing against them and just getting experience and traveling around the world, surfing the best places in the world. But it's definitely a dream come true. It's what I've always dreamed of, and before I used to always watch them as, wow, they're just, what they do is impossible, but now it's really hard to achieve, but it is possible, and I have a chance for it, so I'm going for it.
So what's coming up for you in Hawaii?
There's going to be two WQS World Qualifying Series events. One that starts tomorrow, or the next day, and then another one that starts in 2 weeks. One will be in Haleiwa, which is a wave about 10 minutes away from here, and another one will be at Sunset, which is just 2 minutes that way. Then there'll be the final one at Pipeline. That will be, and all the three events is called the Triple Crown. I can only compete in two of them. The third one is a World Tour event, so I can't compete in it. But I'll definitely be watching, and there'll be the world title. And the world title is going to be going on, so I'll be watching and learning.
Any predictions for the world title?
I don't know. Both Mick Fanning and Flip Solo look like they're a little bit ahead, so we'll just have to see who does better. I think Mick Fanning's got more experience out of Pipeline, so he has a bit of an advantage. but the Brazilians are so hungry that, you also got Gabriel, and he will do everything to win. So it's up to Mick and Philippe to go until the final day and take that from Gabriel, because Gabriel's just going for it, I think.
Soon you'll be leaving junior circuit. It's a big transition for you. What are your goals and what's next for you this winter season?
I'm going to do the whole WQS circuit, which is the qualifying series, and then I'll see what happens. It's a different level. You're surfing against the best surfers in the world now, not under 18, but just every age. So I'm definitely going to have to step it up, but it'll be great to see how I go the whole year, and hopefully make it in the top 10 at the end of the year to qualify for the World Tour.
Well, thanks so much, Leonardo, for taking the time to be here with us on NC Sports, and we look forward to having you back.
Thank you, Mia. Bye.
NC Sports will cover the women's final in Maui at the end of the month. This island also just hosted the PWA Wave Finals at the Ho'okipa Beach, with Ibaia Moreno and Philip Costner taking home their respective world titles. Here's Chalice Popke with the story.
Facing some of the toughest surf on the planet, Philip Costner and Ibaia Moreno were crowned the 2015 PWA champs last Monday, on day 11 of the Maui Aloha Classic in Hawaii. Costner came in the heavy favorite and could only have been stopped by Spaniard Victor Fernandez Lopez. Yet Lopez was knocked off by Hawaiian Levi Cyber by a mere 0.14, so Costner sailed his way to a third world championship. Fernandez settled with a second, and Australia's Jaeger Stone rounded out the podium.
Well, it's just an amazing feeling to have the third world title, and I'm just stoked. I'm feeling great, and after a good year, it's just amazing to have the world title in the back, and yeah, I'm just happy.
A mix of conditions and frequent rain squalls hit the Ho'okipa Beach Park for this final. On the ladies' side, Spanish superstar Daida Moreno entered the tournament just points ahead of reigning world champ and twin sister, Ibaia Moreno. Daida needed a third-place finish in Maui to take the title, but was knocked off in Heat 27 in a shocking upset by Fiona Wilde and Anne-Marie Richardson. But the title stayed within the family as Ibaia was crowned the 2015 world champion. Twin sister Daida took the silver, and Aruba's Sera Quito Fringa finished third.
It's a dream come true, and I couldn't ask for more. I've been doing the tour for so many years, and winning the Aloha Classic for me always been very special. So winning 2 years in a row, it's the most amazing thing.
From Hawaii to Venice now, Nautical Channel is always going around the world to cover the very latest, but also to rediscover traditions. Is that right, Andy?
Yes, Mia, I've just come back from Venice, where I was discovering the city through its lagoon, through 3 amazing chefs, and through some of the last remaining artisans of the city. Flavors of Venice is a 3-part series, and it airs on the 20th of December at 9 p.m.
And now you're off to Africa for another season of Ocean Safari, correct?
Yes. Next stop is Kenya for the 2nd season of Ocean Safari, and I'm so excited. It's going to be even more remote than season 1. I'm going to some of the deepest, darkest places in Africa to discover their water personalities. And I guess I'll see you guys when I get back from Africa.
Well, we wish you luck and look forward to seeing what you bring back. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, the winner of the Nixon Super Tight Surf Watch. After a tough deliberation, the Nautical Channel judges have spoken. Louis B33, with your stunning barrel photo, you are the winner of the first Nixon Super Tight watch. It will be on its way to you soon. And for the rest of you, there are still 2 watches to win. Check out Nautical Channel Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the upcoming competitions. Don't forget to hashtag #IWantTheWatch. And now for a look of what's coming up next week on the NC Sports calendar.
back to Dubai, the birthplace of XCAT racing, for the penultimate event of this spectacular 2015 season. Can hometown favorites Al Zafain and Bin Hendi on XCAT Dubai hold their 23-point lead on Al Tayer and Al Mansouri on the Abu Dhabi team? Or will the Italian Team 6, in third place overall with Nicolini and Polli, make a surge for the gold? It's all happening from the 19th to the 21st of November in the Emirates. Among the world's greatest boat shows, the Nautique in Paris will reopen its gates December 5th through 13th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. This year, the prestigious venue in Porte de Versailles will feature 775 exhibitors, showcasing the hottest innovations in sailing, motorboats, board sports, equipment, tourism, and more. To win free tickets, just contact the Nautical Channel press office to find out more. Also in December, from the 7th to the 8th, the Yacht Racing Forum will be opening its proceedings in Geneva, Switzerland. The leading annual conference for the business of sailing and yacht racing will touch the key areas of business and marketing. The leading annual conference for the business of sailing and yacht racing will touch the key areas of business and marketing, design and technology, and risk management and safety. Among the guest speakers this year will be François Gabart, Mark Turner, Don Riley, Samantha Davies, Knut Frostad, and Ian Williams.
That's all the time we have left for this edition. NC Sports will be back next week for more top events, highlights, and insight from all around the globe. I'm Mia Ceran, and remember, plunge into the action with NC Sports.